How's it going, people? Sean Talks Wrestling. This is the Go Home Smackdown, Go Home Show slash Smackdown before Royal Rumble. Overall, I enjoyed the show. I think the storytelling was pretty good, especially the Kevin Owens stuff leading into his match against Roman Reigns at the main event of Royal Rumble, and some other smaller storylines, and just the Royal Rumble storylines in general about the match itself, building to that was pretty good. So, first match, you had Rey Mysterio defeating Karrion Kross. So, I enjoyed the match pretty good. Some of the highlights, Rey Mysterio hit a. So, Karrion Kross is on the outside, slumped over. And Rey comes in with that slide thing he always does, man. Instead of just like a slide to the outside or whatever, he catches Kross and does something like a sunset flip powerbomb onto the outside, and Kross hits the barricade. He sets up Kross like a little bit later in the match and tries to go for a 619. He learns from his what previously happened with him and Scarlett. Scarlett tries to trip him up, but instead he jumps over. Kross tries to go for a hit on him. He trips him up, hits the 619, hits the splash, but Kross kicks out. The match ends with Kross trying to put Rey up. I think it was like either a power bomb. I think he was trying to set him up for a suplex because he had suplex and he was going to go for another suplex, but instead Rey turns it into a crucifix pin and he just gets out of there. So storyline building because they're going to be in the Royal Rumble match, and obviously this is not done between him and Rey, so this is probably going to be pushed all the way until WrestleMania, which I'm not mad at that. After that, make sure, trying to keep on track. Rey Mysterio, don't want to talk about that. Oh, then you had Austin Theory coming out, and he's talking about how he's the biggest star, how he beat Lashley, and how he's going to win the Royal Rumble. Out come the New Day, and the New Day, pretty much make fun of him, saying that he's not going to win the Royal Rumble, he's not a star, and they're going to win the Royal Rumble because when they win, it's all of them win, which leads to the Miz coming out and Miz saying that when Theory was like going through puberty, he was in the Royal Rumbles, and then Theory's like that just means you're old. Back and forth insults. Miz kind of slips up on a line where he's like, I have something on my shoulder. Nothing is more dangerous than the Miz with something on his shoulder. I wish he would have did Bronson Reed on his shoulder. Like, I wish he would have said, like, I got something on my shoulder. And he's like, is it a chip? Nope. It's Bronson Reed beating up all three of the people. Beating up the New Day and Austin Theory. And then you have him and Miz standing over them. And they're like, oh, okay, Miz has a paid heavy hitter in the Royal Rumble. So maybe Miz can win, but instead, the four of them get into a brawl. Out comes Bobby Lashley, clears everybody out. And then, after Lashley cuts a promo talking about how he's going to throw everybody over the top rope and manhandle people, insert Brock Lesnar beating up Bobby Lashley and saying, I'm going to see you at the Royal Rumble. So, Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble, I understand. I hope he doesn't win, but you never know. Probably not, because they're probably going to be building to Brock, Bobby at WrestleMania, the battle of Lesnar versus Black Lesnar, I guess. So, that was a pretty good segment for what it was. Moving on past that, you had, this. Lacey Evans defeated Jasmine Allure. Oh, man. Look, ever since Lacey Evans dropped her gimmick of the Southern Belle thing, it's just been all downhill. Like, it's just, this was horrible. This match was horrible. Her shoe, sole falling off was horrible. The clips have been horrible. She's horrible in a sense, not like personally, but the character. It just they mentioned Sergeant Slaughter, but Sergeant Slaughter's not her manager. She's doing push-ups like Scott Steiner for some reason, and now you got Cody doing push-ups, and I don't know, man. It's just then she's still hitting the women's right. Is they still calling people nasties? Like, what's the point of the character he's still embodying things from her older character? Like, I just horrible. This I'm not saying like let go of Lacey Evans, but what they're trying to do to her, like revamp the character into third yes sir, is just it's horrendous, to say the least. The crowd is giving her I want this woman the hell off my television heat. See past that. Oh, okay. Oh, as you had Sheamus and Drew backstage, and they're like saying, "Hey, you're gonna win the Royal Rumble. No, you're gonna win the Royal Rumble. No, you." They keep slapping and hitting each other. The interview has to break it up and say that hey, they're gonna be facing Hit Row tonight. Then they leave and say they're gonna be putting on banger after banger after banger after banger. The Banger Bros. They go out to the ring and they get attacked by the Viking Warriors, Viking Raiders, Viking Holes. Not a bad, pretty good beatdown. And the beatdown leads to them out of the tournament, and in comes Ricochet and Braun Strowman to face Hit Row. Braun Strowman and Ricochet win because fuck Hit Row, I guess. I don't know. Highlights of the match: them beating up Ricochet, and then him tagging in Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman laying waste to both of the Hit Row members and hitting the Monster Bomb, but just a power bomb but it's a Monster Bomb because he's tall, he's the monster. And anyway, him hitting the power bomb on Adonis and pinning 1, 2, 3. I guess I'm not mad at the tag team between the two. You got a High Flyer, you got Braun with the power game. Yeah, crowd likes Braun. I like Braun a little bit. I'm not a hater like that. Understand. You need big, strong, attraction dudes. So I'm not mad at the tag team. I'll move on past that. Forgot about the LA Knight thing. Now we're gonna talk about that. Imperium defeated. I can't pronounce the name. Walking Wild and Del Toro. I'll say that. The Legados del Fado. Anyway, enjoyed this match a lot. I don't know, man. This is my first time really sitting down and seeing Del Toro. Del Toro is like really great in the ring. I especially like a thing where like he was running to the ropes, and I think it was Da Vinci chasing after him, and he just skins the cat and goes through the middle ropes, and Da Vinci just like slams himself in the turnbuckle. I like, wow, that was pretty cool. He wasn't hitting a lot of moves. Like some of them look kind of awkward. Like he didn't practice. He just tried to go out there and freestyle it. Like he was trying to go for a cartwheel into an enziguri, or like jumping over the top rope and doing a cartwheel into a arm drag. A lot of this stuff looked cool, but it kind of looked just like cringy. It's just like, okay, yeah, okay, you pulled it off, but just barely by the skin of your ass. Not Zima, but anyway, I just get to the end of the match. So they eliminate Walking Wild. They get Walking Wild out of the picture, and that's after Da Vinci. He takes Del Toro on the top. Both of them are like fighting on the top rope. Da Vinci picks up Del Toro on the top while he's standing on the top rope in a press slam, and just like slams him down, but he comes down on his knee. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe Del Toro tag team partner Walking is gonna come in and throw him out, and that's gonna lead to Legato winning just because of that injury. But instead, Walking while still out, he tags in Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser just comes over and like pauses for like a good minute, I guess, to build atmosphere and also to see if Da Vinci is strong enough to do that finisher. So he holds him, and when the time's right, Da Vinci gets back in, and they set him up. They hit the Imperial Bomb, the uppercut into the Power Bomb. Imperium wins, and they're going to be taking on Braun and Ricochet next week for a number one contender spot to see who will face the Usos. I'm not mad at it. Who do I think will win? Just knowing how they write SmackDown and how the bloodline are going, they'll probably have Braun and Ricochet win. Which, either one of these teams fighting the Usos, I'm not upset about it. I think both of these teams are great options when it comes to that. So moving on past that. Okay. I think it was something before that. Just, looking at they got on that Phasma. Okay, then. Okay, so I guess it was time for the main event. I guess I'm gonna. Wow, and just like New Day said, the time kind of does fly by with it only being 2 hours. So main event: Solo Sikoa takes on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens defeats. Well, Kevin Owens defeats Solo Sikoa, but not really because the bell didn't ring. But Solo Sikoa used a steel chair first. So match heavily physical between both of these guys. Starting off, both of them doing like the shoulder stuff to each other. Um, Kevin Owens, he like hella super kicks and putting Solo Sikoa in the corner. Solo Sikoa also hit like a pop up um, Samoan drop. But in the end of the match, towards the end of the match, when Kevin Owens goes for a senton off the top rope, he tries to pin Solo Sikoa, but out of nowhere, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn pulls Solo Sikoa to safety. Him and Kevin Owens get to arguing, and Solo Sikoa inadvertently super kicks Sami Zayn into the face. Solo and Kevin Owens start to brawl on the outside. Solo Sikoa puts a steel chair into the ribs or the stomach of Kevin Owens, sets him up on the table. Kevin Owens gets up, punches him down, and he like Solo Sikoa tries to jump from the top of the barricade to I guess hit the thumb on Kevin Owens, but Kevin super kicks him, and then he hits a pop-up powerbomb onto Solo Sikoa onto the table, which didn't break. Kevin Owens picks up the chair, and he's talking to Sammy like, "I'm gonna use this chair on you. I got you, you dirty rat." And instead, he turns around and just whacks Solo Sikoa in the back, and Solo Sikoa just goes flying into the oblivion. Kevin throws down the chair, walks away, tosses Kevin, and says, "Roman, I'm coming for the title. I'm coming with everything I got. You can't stop me. Can't stop. Won't stop." Then later on, like up above the ramp, he's still talking to Sammy, and sorry about that, guys. He's still talking to Sammy. He's like, "Sammy, I'm going to see you tomorrow at the Royal Rumble." Pretty much implying that he knows Sami Zayn is going to involve, but how is he going to involve himself? Is he going to help him? Is he going to hurt him? And we'll see that tomorrow. It's weird to have a pay-per-view, especially like the pay-per-view of the Royal Rumble on a Saturday. That's just like, but it is what it is. So overall, I enjoyed the SmackDown. Tell me what you guys thought about it yourself in the comment section. Like, subscribe, blase, swaze. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Royal Rumble. Who do I think is going to win? A lot of people saying Cody Rhodes. honestly don't know. Like people are saying Cody's gonna win, but I, personally, I think it's gonna be somebody else just because it's not enough time for Cody to have to just throw him into that bloodline feud. I I mean, I guess they could do it and have him night one for the Raw or the SmackDown, whichever one he wants to take, and then have somebody else fight him for the other belt. But is it now that Roman has both belts, you have to fight him for both belts, or is he gonna pull double duty at WrestleMania? So that's another dynamic. I don't know how they're gonna take it. I don't know. You know, is it all the belts or is it just one belt for your prospective brand and you have to win? So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. And yeah, all right, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.